Welcome to the Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for the Dr. Buddy Love Show. Please welcome to the stage your host, Dr. Buddy Love.
Oh, well, here, guys, the cells. Ooh, there we go. Let's get going here. How are you guys doing tonight? Give it up for yourself, Stab audience. I'm not going to take his notes tonight. Okay. Has anyone here ever been to the Dr. Buddy Love Show before? Couple? Two people? My girlfriend? Makes sense that she would have made it before. Let me go through a few things. First thing I do have to say is my therapist has told me that I have to tell you guys that I'm not an actual doctor. Legally. But he's not really a fun guy, so we won't even worry about that, you guys. There are a couple of things about this show. This is a sex-positive comedy show. If you have not seen the show before, like a lot of you guys here, this is basically where I come on and I get into character as Dr. Buddy, a sex therapist who is really just me after a couple of White Claws. Getting way too into the details of my friends' relationships. Asking my boys, do you like to get deep-throated? Probably not like water park talk, but now that they sell alcohol there, you know, all bets are off, you guys. I agree. Did I just hear myself again? I love it here. You guys, if you're not here live with us, I'm hoping that you guys are on the Twitch or live on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate anyone who watches the show. A couple of things that we're going to do. So I'm going to go over a couple of sexual facts that myself as a doctor knows. These are true facts that I read on the internet. And then I'm going to have a guest come up, and then I guess it's going to do some comedy. And then after that guest comes up, I'm going to come back up, and we're going to do a little banter back and forth between me and the guest. I'm going to ask a few questions. And then you're going to hear me and my history and story of all my sexual natures and all the things that I've been through as a guy who dresses up as a doctor. I bought this from Wish, you guys. I bought this from Wish. Do you see the elbow pads? They're not even real. But I thought it made me look smart. And I took my girlfriend's glasses. I was like, gotta complete the ensemble. But you'll hear a bunch of things. And then at the very end, the Twitch audience, you guys, anybody who feels free can ask the doctor any questions at the very end. Any advice you want me to give you. I'm really good at giving advice, especially after a couple of White Claws. I'm starting out prepared. But the reason I do this show isn't just so that I can drink White Claws on stage. I can do that anywhere. The reason I do this is because of a very wonderful organization that I've worked with for many years, and I get to donate all the proceeds to. So I really want to give a shout out to Planned Parenthood. Yes, Sacramento's own Planned Parenthood. They've helped me when I was a young college kid who did not know anything about sex or anything about getting tested or anything about literally anything. I didn't know that you can go get just doctor's help if your arm is broken, you know. You don't have to tape it up. And that's something that people don't know about Planned Parenthood. They've helped like 98 million people last year. Nobody knows that you can just go in there and be like, hey, I lost a toe last night. Hopping fences. Do you know who I should see to get that taken care of? I think you can buy stamps there now at this point. Like, Planned Parenthood is very, very legit. And I love that everything from this show that I make gets to go to them. And I love that because they've been with me for years. Sometimes they get to come out to the show. Sometimes they're working too hard. I don't know why that is. You know that Planned Parenthood during the pandemic was used more than any other time during any other time in history? That's scary, right? People were just at home having nothing to do but sex. for some reason, they had to go to a Planned Parenthood a lot more often than normal. I don't know what it was. So I told you guys that I was going to give you guys some sex facts, right? Yes. Woo. You guys seem so enthused. These are terrible. These are awful. Did you guys know that there's a law in Texas that you can't own more than 6 sex toys? That's a real thing. 6. Because that's, I guess, all you can fit in a 6-shooter. This one I didn't learn from the internet, but an old drunk guy told me when I was a bartender one time. He said, did you know why they invented bar stools? Do you know why they invented bar stools? Anybody know this? It's because apparently sitting up straight makes a girl wet faster. And so it makes them hornier and easier to take. Not you, sir. I don't think the biology works that way. But apparently sitting up straight makes you wetter. That's why they invented the bar stool, so that women, are hornier and easier to get home at the end of the night, and it costs less drinks to get you there. I don't know if that's true, but I don't want to meet the creep who invented the chair that makes it easier to get a girl home at night when you're at a bar. If you need more than the bar, I'm sorry, that scares me. I don't know. Here's a little fact, you guys. Sexual fact as well. Did you know that there is a number that you have to get to before group sex becomes an orgy? Anybody know the number? You guys can shout it out. Anyone? 4? That's too low. 5's too low. Anybody got a guess? No? 10 is the number. Who said it? Well, it's 10. It's 10. Anything less than that is a sum. A 9 sum, an 8 sum, a 7 sum. Which is a really cool fact and something... Which is a really cool fact and something we all know now. But not so interesting when you're in a group with 8 other co-workers in a text group, and you just text into the group, "Hey guys, if we just added one more, we could make this an orgy." So I'm looking for a job right now, you guys. If anybody's hiring. This last one's terrible. Like I said, they're all terrible. But this last one is really bad. Did you guys know that the female orgasm lasts 3 times longer than the male orgasm? Did you guys know that? It does. Which I think everyone in this room here together can agree is fair compensation for the wage gap. You guys are amazing. You guys ready for my guest? Oh my God. Okay, you guys are going to see me in just a little bit. I'm going to have a guest come up and do some very funny comedy. And then afterwards, I'm going to have a chat with them. And then I'm going to do some more comedy, guys. Are you guys ready? I want you guys to get very loud. Very loud. Come on. Get loud. You guys open your arms for John Morris.
You guys are really close. Hey. Jesus, this is great. I'm way too high to have this many people looking at me at the same time. I wish that was a joke. Oh, man. It was mushrooms. Shit, mushrooms. Am I in a stadium right now? No. The mushrooms told me something, though, about all of us. So it's good news. So it's fine. Mushrooms told me that we're connected, right? We're all alive at the same time on this earth. Isn't that like crazy? And then we're like kind of all responsible for each other. They're like, you're me and I'm you and blah, blah, blah. And, mushrooms get sarcastic on you sometimes, They're like, man, you're all connected. And that's like a beautiful thing, right? Like, I think it's kind of a beautiful thing that we're all connected. And what I'm saying is, if you guys don't like any of my jokes tonight, we're not funny. So if you could just... Go ahead and Thank you. Thank you. Took a second. Yeah, it was a weird fun. It was, sorry, I was born inside of a DMV. Yeah, I come from a long line. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Okay, I don't know. It's just. Jesus. That's fine. That's my life. It's fine. How do you think it felt to write that joke? That was not a good place. I'm gonna do a joke inside out if I can. Is that possible? I'm gonna give you the punchline first, and then the setup. Right. The punchline is because he picked up. That's so funny. Right. Okay, that's the punchline. Sorry, it's fucking good. Because he picked up. That's the punchline. The setup is today I called my Amish friend and found out that he wasn't. Because he picked up. Because of see, yeah. See, my jokes are often like the crowd. Like, if I met you individually, I probably wouldn't like all of you either. Let's go to something I wrote today. Let's see what 7, 8, 2, 7. Hold on, let me check my Facebook real quick. How the fuck does a cactus grow in the desert for no reason, but I can't keep a succulent alive for more than 2 months? How do I have children? I have 4 children, and I'm not even Mormon. I think that's why Buddy put me on the show tonight. He's like, it's a sex positive show. I make a lot of people, a lot, but I'm divorced, ladies. Or taught young men, whoever has the softest hands at this point, whoever could heal this heart, whoever get me back in touch with my inner child. Hi, no, it's really good. I just recently, sorry, you guys aren't gonna. I'm a hunter. And I got my first buck last week. So I hit it with my car, and so I use real big bullets. Yeah, I'm a hunter. They say when you get your first buck, you get this thing called buck fever, right? Buck fever. It's like, so apparently I should have squirrel fever also, because and that stroller fever. It was empty. There was a cat in it, but yeah, it was anyway. Sacramento is so GTA. Do you know like it's like a GTA map. Sacramento, just like you're playing Grand Theft Auto all the time, just going through. It feels like all the fake buildings and shit, that like, and then there's like a couple that you could. I mean, Sacramento is like GTA in that I ran over some people on the way here for fun. So, wow, I can't believe you laugh at that. That's yeah. Do you think, I feel like chili dogs should be served cold. That's just stupid. Yep, there we go. Sorry guys, I'm a bit of a simmer. A state of constant. So my parents were heroin addicts. No, thanks for the laugh. It's good. It was nice. My dad was a heroin addict and a disciplinarian, and one time he told me to clean my room, and I was like, I'm going to need you to define clean really quick. Okay. And he got really mad. He's like, you need to clean your room. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. And then he goes, don't make me take this belt off, because I will take this belt off. I will. Like this. See? I'm sorry that happened to me, everyone. I'm sorry. I've turned my pain into funny things that you guys just won't laugh at. All right. Sorry, you guys haven't done enough therapy for these jokes. Let me lighten it up. Anyway, he's dead now. And you got to be positive, though, you know, like he's a dead guy. Lived till he was 77, you know, and he was a heroin addict, like, until then. I was like, it makes me want, I'm like, I could do heroin. Like, I'd be fine. Still be like 77. Maybe not. Anyway, you got to stay positive. Like, the one good thing about having a heroin addict die in your family is that you don't have to eat your cereal with a fork anymore. So that's just, Jesus Christ. You guys don't deserve me. I think that's... It's not about what you have to do. It's about what you're capable of doing or what you get to do. That's not a joke. It's just something that inspired me. Yeah, I don't know. I got jokes about helicopters. Is that I have a joke about it's not a joke, it's an observation. You make the call. Fuck it. Like, it's weird how, like, our whole existence we all sort of live within, like, this sort of height, like, distance, like about a 1.5 foot or 2 of headspace, and it's like crazy because, like, certain heights mean certain things, right? So, like, someone that's like here is like 50,000 a year or something, but then you get someone that's like right up here and they're like, holy shit, 140,000 for like 6 inches of like height. That's crazy. And then you get like a guy down here and it's like a billionaire for some reason. So it's like just like this billionaire's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna make all the money. Right, and it's really great, and I feel like I'm kind of close to the billionaire, or not the billionaire, but like the million, but that because like I'm delusional that like I'll make $1 million ever, right? And so like that's where I live. Anyway, I'm not saying I'm like suicidal at all. I'm not saying it's just I'm not saying I'm suicidal. I think it's just that I'm tired of like living with teenagers, because I have so many, 3 teens. Is it about time? Is my time up? Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes to bitch about these fucking kids. I'm just kidding. During the pandemic, I have all 4 of them full time. Like, and during the pandemic, I didn't see them. I didn't see them at all, except like when the Wi-Fi went out. Like, that's when there was like a gunshot in the building. Like, what happened, Dad? They're like fucking running through the house, like shaking their fucking shit at me, like. Like, I don't know what happened. And then like they get very analytical and they're like, okay, maybe the router's broken. Like they fucking work for Comcast and shit. I'm like, what? Fucking 6-year-olds throwing on a lanyard going, I'm gonna go up the pole, make sure the connector is connected for fucking Cocoa Melon so I could see, right? Like, it's fucking crazy shit. That's all. Okay, that's all of that bit. I can't remember my dead heroin addict parents. I have kids. Oh, I'm single. I already do this joke. Listen, I'm divorced. That's the truth. I'm divorced, and the hardest part about going through the divorce is having to tell the kids it's not their fault. When it totally fucking is. It's not their fault that it's their fault, you know, but like they're the reason, right? Like no? Okay. I try to be a good dad, though. I'm like, look, guys, me and your mom, we argue about time management and money, you know, take some responsibility. It's just what I'm saying. No. I understand. But what I'm saying is, how are you not a part of that equation? You know, it's just like, listen, no, I'll let you go back to sleep in a second. I just need... All right, guys, my name's John Morris Ross IV. Thank you very much. Please welcome back to the stage Mr. Dr. Buddy, Mr. DDS, Buddy Love. And I'll be doing a show after his.
Yes, give it up.
Oh,
Okay, so that was the first question I wanted to ask. John, tell the people about your show that will be going on immediately after this show.
It's just more of that. except with some music and some meanderings and some crowd work and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the
Crowd work, yeah.
what's the
It's the Omnichord.
Omnichord? See, I didn't want to say
Are
keyboard.
are one of these for me or no?
Sure. Yeah.
Were they? Okay.
Take one, John.
I'm gonna get crossed.
Yes, let's do this.
I'm gonna get crossed in a Christian way. Okay.
Cross in a Christian way.
Ooh.
All right. So, John, I always like to ask an easy one right off the bat for the audience and my new guests. What is the wildest or weirdest sexy Halloween costume you can think of?
SpongeBob. There was a SpongeBob. Yeah, there was a really hot SpongeBob at a party. I was like, oh wow, like, yeah.
Sexy
I was
SpongeBob.
like,
Sexy any child's character. That's a good night. Sounds like.
well, okay. I thought you were about to accuse me of something.
No. I wasn't gonna accuse you of anything.
Okay, I was
but
like,
that,
and Velma anytime.
Velma anytime.
Yeah,
Oh.
Velma anytime. Yeah, Velma.
We got some woofs for Velma.
Velma is just.
and I like that. The weirdest, and I think the most inappropriate one I've ever seen was sexy Hitler. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think that that's a joke, you guys can look that up online. It's not a thing you should look up. Sexy Hitler Halloween costume. I'm definitely on an FBI watch list, but I had to find it. John, my second question is, there's a lot of single people. I know there's a lot of couples in the crowd, but there's a lot of single people who watch Dr. Buddy at home, and I always like to give them some advice. So, what is your opening line when you meet somebody?
Oh God.
Come on, something good.
Oh, it's not. No, it's just like be funny and hope to be noticed. That's it. It's like, hey.
You're more of a let them come to you.
Yeah, I don't be like, hey, what's up? You want?
So you're not
Does
in
this
the.
scare you? I'm like, can I?
Is this efficient
Hi.
enough?
I'm
No,
a
okay,
dad.
so are you? Call me dad.
Okay, sorry. I'm
You
a
have
dad.
the most dad energy, John. So you're not you're not on dating sites. Is that not your thing?
I've done that, and it's been not good.
No.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like full on relationships, like. Yeah, lots of me learning who I was.
Okay.
Coming,
That's fine. That's fine, John. We have
easy to live with is what I'm
Easy to
saying. No, I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead.
That's my type. Is easy to live with. That's lovely. John. Last thing, we're gonna get a little in depth. I am a pretend therapist, so I want you to get real in depth. And if you could go back to right before you had your first intercourse, right before you lost your virginity, and talk to yourself and tell yourself one thing about what's about to happen, what would you say?
This is going to be the
It's
worst,
deep here.
the worst performance, but it's going to feel the best. It's going to be but God, why are you doing this? Why? You're 14, boy. You're 14. She's 18.
Hey,
You're in a Sparto. It's like me losing my virginity is like a Mad Lib. It's like it's crazy. It was a crazy.
That's wonderful. Okay, so
sorry about that. Was that too much? Okay.
your advice would be that it's about to be scary, but it's about to be fun. It's about to be fun.
It wasn't fun, but it felt good.
Oh,
you know what I
it felt
mean?
good.
Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like you're like I'm terrified, but like.
I literally think that's
shouldn't-
how anyone who's ever had sex for the very first time can describe it. It felt good, but I wouldn't describe it as fun. That's very interesting. Thank you, John, for being on
sure.
here tonight. I want you guys to get really loud for our guests tonight. Thank you so much, John. Here we go. All right, so the reason I like to ask about virginity is because I want to open this up and I want to start this out with how I lost my virginity. Some of you guys could have guessed it. It was at a theater competition in high school. Yeah, we're going there, you guys. Hey, babe, you want to go get me 2 more White Claws? We're going to need it. Yeah, you can take my wallet. She said it as I threw it. I want the internet to know she said it as it was in the air. I'm sorry. But there's my wallet. Jesse, do you want to give me... Jesse, you can have my wallet. Okay, this is awkward now, babe. This is really awkward. Okay, we're going to talk about how I lost my virginity at a theater competition. You guys remember that? You guys remember that part? Yes, we remember that part, buddy. Thank you. Okay, good. It was here at Sac State. You guys familiar? Oh, it was very nice. It was very nice. Much like John, I was 16. She was, I think, 18 or 19. She was in college. I was in high school. But she didn't know that. Okay, good for you guys. Anyways, it was at Sac State. Of course, I lost my virginity at a theater competition. I dress up like this. So, of course, you guys already knew that. Here's the thing. Theater kids in high school are second only to SoundCloud rappers over the age of 25 for who has sex with the most teenage girls. That's a true fact. Look it up on the internets. I feel like I lost you guys at the wallet throw. I want you guys to know that the intentions were nice. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so I'm at this theater competition, and I meet this young lady who just saw me perform the best Shakespeare monologue you've ever heard. And her jimmies are all wet, you know. And it is at this time that she invites me to go hang out at the train tracks with her and her friends. Very fun time. Before that, we go to a little place called the library. She said, meet me at the library. Does anyone know that the library is not code for the actual place with books? There is a bar over by Sac State. Any Sac State people here? Anybody? No? No Sac State people? Baby, you didn't go to Sac State either? She didn't. I don't know why I asked her that. I know where she went to school. It wasn't Sac State. Anyways, there's a place called the library. It's a bar. But like I said, I was underage, so I could not get into the bar. And it is at this time that I learned that college girls could just get in wherever they want, because they didn't ID her. And so I had to make up a story. Oh, my ID is lost, you know. Oh, I'm having a hard time finding my ID. So then they invite me out to the train tracks to drink alone. And it's at this moment that the girl who I would later lose my virginity to disappears over the other side of the train tracks. Her friend whispers into my ear, I think she's waiting for you. I was like, oh, sweet. So I gallop over there. And she has laid out the blanket that we were just smoking on. And, you know, super romantic style. And it's at that point that I proceed to give her the worst 20 seconds of her life. And sweat very profusely like I am right now. It's at that moment I hear a couple giggles from her friends over the train tracks because they realized that it didn't take me very long to come and that we were coming back. So I ran away. Just ran away. And I've always wondered like what that girl thought about what happened. Because not only did she have to have sex with me on rocks, it was probably not a good time for her. But I also ran away and never spoke to her again. So I've always wondered how that went for her. I'm going to get you guys back on my side. Did you guys know you guys could break your dick? Medically? Yes. One guy shares it with me. And that's all I need. It's a thing. You can actually break your dick, and it happened to me, you guys. In the worst way possible. Somebody said you deserve it. I didn't like that. No, so this happened right after losing my virginity. I was still an 18-year-old, I was still a 16-year-old boy, and I had a girlfriend. And her parents thought that it was a smart idea to let me sleep over because they wanted to be cool parents, right? But to prevent us from having sex, they decided to let us share the couch. Got a couple of O's. I don't know if you guys know what a couch is or have ever been on one or shared one with another human being. But if you're supposed to sleep on that with another person, there's no way you're not going to have sex. So we're on this couch and we're making out and we're waiting for our parents to fall asleep, as you do. And at one point during the makeout session, she thought it would be a good idea to start and initiate a tickle fight. As you do during making out when you're 16 years old for some fucking reason. But at this moment, she had decided to tickle me, and I giggled at first, and I tried to explain to her, no, that's not a good idea. You see, I'm very ticklish. But she did not care. She continued. And it was at that moment the tickling went too far. And I fell from the couch. And I landed directly on my hard penis from the making out. And all I heard was a popping noise. Every guy in here just grabbed their pant leg. And I can tell you, it's exactly that. I screamed a scrump that I have never screamed before or after in my entire life, you guys. I leaped up and I ran down the hallway past her parents' bedroom, alerting them very loudly and running into her bathroom. It's at this moment I'm screaming and I'm crying and they're knocking on the door. Buddy, what is going on? How can we help you? What is going on? My girlfriend at the time, she doesn't know what's going on. She's very concerned. We were just laughing and having a tickle fight. I have no idea what's going on. Her dad's like, young man, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I was so terrified, you guys. And I've already established that I'm a runner. So at that moment, I saw her window in that bathroom and I leaped out. I got into my little Toyota Camry and I drove myself home crying so that I could get my grandma to take me to the hospital. Does anyone here know what a dick cast looks like? A dick cast. It's a real thing. It looks like a paper mache volcano you make in high school. It's like a reverse dog cone. Exactly. Imagine walking around with that for 2 weeks at school. You guys, imagine walking around with that for 2 weeks in school. I knew you guys would understand. Something happened though. I actually ended up marrying that girl, because at 18, not her, not her. That's why she's girlfriend. No, I was 18 years old. I was a very dumb young boy, and she had sex with me after I had a penis cast. So, of course, I thought it was true love. Because I married at 18 years old like a dumb young kid. I got divorced very young as a dumb young kid. But it's okay, because she ran off with some hot young fucking football player from Arizona State, and I was working at McDonald's. It was cool, whatever, But the thing that I got really excited about, because right at that time, right when I turned 18 or 19, not to age myself, is when internet porn became a huge thing. You guys remember internet porn? You guys fans? I don't need anybody to shout out their favorite website. It's okay. X videos. It's okay. Here's the thing, though. Once she left, I was like, it's okay. I can just scroll my favorite porn sites, jack off whenever I want to. Everything will be fine. I'll never have to see her again my entire life. Then one day I'm scrolling my favorite porn site, and a thumbnail comes across with a very familiar pair of ass cheeks wearing an Arizona State beanie cap. I was that curious as well. I thought to myself, there's no way, it can't be. Not in a million years. She was too prudish for that. Trust me, I married the woman. But I had to click. I had to click, you guys, because I'm a curious boy, and you have to know. And when I clicked on that film, believe it or not, there was my ex-wife. Along with two much hotter college women. She was beautiful, I'm sure, but she left me. So in this story, she's an ugly, hideous troll of a woman. Makes sense. They're out there playing a little game of flip cups with a couple of Axe body spray cans come to life. You guys get the picture. Typical college porn stuff, but they're not just playing any game of flip cup. No, they're playing strip flip cup, the sluttiest of all flip cup. And as the video progresses, of course, everyone gets naked. Ooh, big mystery, right? Then they start making out, and I continue to watch the film for some reason, and it's at that point my ex-wife leaves the screen. The film starts getting hot and heavy as the two much hotter college girls start having sex with the two Axe body spray cans. Everything eventually comes to a climax, including myself. And the actors on screen are left in bated breath. And then eventually they start laughing in unison. They're all giggling. They're all having a hoot of a time, if you will. As the camera then pans to the bed next to them, to reveal my ex-wife, fully fallen asleep on the bed next to them, completely unfucked. And I don't know, you guys, something about watching that movie over and over and over again makes me happy. Maybe it's knowing that her sex life has not changed since our dating days. Justice, thank you. You get it. That is actually literally what that joke is called. You guys, I don't know if you could tell by the silly getup or the painted nails, but I am a bisexual man. Oh, you guys didn't cheer. Bunch of homophobes. That's okay, Sacramento. That's okay. I actually came out super late. I obviously didn't know when I was younger and marrying the first woman who let me stick my penis in her. But I did find out later, in my 30s, which was a weird time to figure it out. But here's the thing. The signs were all there when I was younger. I mean, my first crushes were Cher and B. Arthur. Somebody should have figured that one out. Maybe Granny. All my favorite love songs are from musical theater. And of course, my favorite Power Ranger is Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, the sexiest of all Power Rangers. What I'm saying is I probably should have figured it out long before some pretty young girl convinced me to have a threesome with another man. And halfway through, I'm all like, hey, this isn't so bad after all. That was simulated anal sex for those on the internet who can't see but can hear. I simulated anal sex. I'm sure my grandpa watching on Twitch is not concerned at all. He can't make it out, you guys. I want to tell you guys why I came out. And this is why I came out. It was strictly so that I can say that's gay in everyday conversation without consequences. It's wonderful, you guys. Just see an awkward conversation, I'm just like, oh, that's gay. I see a cute puppy on the streets, and I'm just like, oh, that's so gay. See a same-sex couple kissing, and I'm just like, ew, that's gay. I sucked enough dicks to say that, you guys. Don't get awkward on me now. But no, here's why I truthfully really came out. It was honestly so that I could finally be part of a protected group. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm Hispanic. You guys can't tell that by looking at me. For some reason, my ancestors started to fuck white women, and they never stopped. So here I am. And, you know, I just got tired, you guys, of carrying around a little picture of my Mexican grandfather just to prove to people that I was Mexican. When sucking dick and painting your fingernails is just so much easier, you guys. Just so much easier. But here's what they don't tell you when you come out. Before I started dating men and women together as a group, possibly, who knows? You know, it's a Friday night. Before all that, I didn't believe women, and that silence is warranted, ladies especially. But here's the thing: I would hear all these horror stories about these men and all the terrible things that they would do, and I would think, not my boys. Not the Axe Body Spray gang. Not Chad and the boys. Not my friends. But here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing that I learned the moment I changed those dating profiles to dating both men and women. It is those guys, you guys. It's exclusively those guys. The number of buttholes and penises that have been sent to me in photographic form without my consent is highly alarming and should be looked at by a government organization. The last message I received on one of those terrible dating apps before I gave up was from a blank profile. And all it said in all capitals was, "Hey, long hair, do you like your asshole licked?" Before I logged out forever, I messaged him back. I said, yes. Of course I like to get my ass licked. But it is 7 o'clock in the morning. Could you at least ask me my name first, sir? Along the way, along the line of me coming out as bisexual and all the sex capades that I've had, I've come to a conclusion that gets me a lot of flack in this world, but I think that some of you may be able to agree with me. Have non-binaries become the new fuckboys? Hear me out, guys. Everyone's buttholes got really tight because they're afraid to talk about this. But this shit happens to me all the time, and it's really not okay. The other day, I had pissed my girlfriend off by throwing my wallet at her. And so I was sent to drink at the bar alone. Don't ask me why I was drinking alone. It was a Tuesday. And during this drinking alone at the bar by myself on a Tuesday, this non-binary came at me very aggressively. And they said, "Hey, let me pet your hair." So I coiled back and I said, "No, thank you." And as an adult, I thought, that's enough. I said, "No, thank you." Conversation over. Turns out for them, the conversation was not over. Because then they yelled out, "Hey, I didn't ask to suck your dick, faggot. I said, let me pet your hair." I, too, was scared. And I said, no, thank you. I have a girlfriend. And it was at this moment that this fucking top surgery tomboy decides to lean over without my consent, pet my hair, and then whisper into my ear, "Our little secret." Who does that, you guys? That's so creepy. Who does that? I'll tell you who does that. Fuck boys. I'm just saying. Next time you're out and you don't want to get pegged, watch out for them. I'm just letting you know. You guys have been very patient with me. You guys have been very wonderful tonight. You guys have been along for the journey. I'm going to have one more joke for you guys. I have one more story for you guys because I feel like we're very intimate. I feel like we've shared a lot tonight. What I want to share with you guys tonight and what I want to tell you guys tonight is a story about my favorite porno. Not the one about my ex-wife, you guys. That one's a good one, but not my favorite porno. Can I tell you about my favorite porno? Yes? Thank you. It's also a story that involves my grandma. Don't get weird on me, Sacramento. It's Friday night. Here's the thing. When I was younger, I was raised by my grandparents because my mom was a crackhead, and my dad liked to spend time in jail. They gave him cool tattoos in there, I guess. But here's the thing. Last time he went to jail, 3 strikes you're out, I guess, back in the 90s. He left me one thing. He left me a shopping bag filled with pornography, both in VHS and DVD form, just to age myself a little bit. But there was one VHS that caught young 12-year-old Buddy's heart. It was a little movie called Max World 8. It's about an older, gray-haired gentleman who would drive around in a dirty, disgusting old van. And in every city he would go to, there would just be some hot, young, sexy woman ready to have sex with him. I don't know about you guys, but at 12 years old, that was the dream. And at 35, that dream has not shifted as far as it probably should have. But one day I come home. My grandma is cleaning up the house. She has decided we need to get rid of the VHSs. We're moving into the digital world of DVDs. And freshly plucked from my VHS player, she has a little movie called Max World 8. It was a frequent after-school watch. I like to tell you guys I was a fan. She hands this movie to my sibling and she says, "Put it in the cartoon section." And I could have said nothing. I could have shut up. They would have put it away. Nobody would have known the difference. But I was such a rabid fan of that film, you guys. I tell you, I had to speak up. I said, Grandma, no. That's not a cartoon. That's not a cartoon. She snapped back at me and she said, "Yes, it is. It's that stupid superhero rat." I said, "No, that's Mighty Mouse. And that's not a cartoon." We argued back and forth for a little bit. And eventually she hands the movie to my sibling and she says, "Put it in the VHS player and prove him wrong." Sacramento, I tell you, the next few moments only took a few seconds, but they felt like a lifetime because I knew exactly 2 things. 1, that's not a cartoon. I've already said it, Grandma. I'm sorry, but it's not a cartoon. 2, because of my rabid fandom of that film, I knew exactly which scene was literally about to come onto the screen. Max has just met young Rebecca in the hot Arizona sun. She's a 27-year-old Asian American woman looking for 2 things: ice cold water to cool off and a hot cock to warm right back up. A line from the film, I tell you guys, I was a fan. We're about 27 seconds into their love-making session because at 12 years old, that's about as far in as I can get. And I want you guys to know at 35, I've at least doubled that time. Thank you. But the movie comes on, and there it is. Max has just got Rebecca bent over his dirty, disgusting sink, and he's just giving it to her. And that's when I see it, my tiny, gray-haired little old granny. She flies across the room. She plucks that movie from the VHS player, turns around, and with Tom Brady accuracy, she throws it across, hits me in the head, and screams, "I guess it's not a cartoon!" Sacramento, you have been amazing tonight. Give it up for yourselves. We got about 5 minutes. Does anyone want to ask a question? Anyone got anything they want to ask? Anyone? No, that's okay. You guys have been. You got a question? Yeah. doctors got you. Ask away. Oh, that is the creepiest line you can use. Get away from me. First thing I would say, don't be creepy. That's the first rule. Don't be creepy. But if you're in that situation, because I have had a lot of female friends who are in that situation, the advice I always give is make it so awkward for that person. Just get really loud. Stop trying to touch my ass, pervert. Just scream the most obscene things you can think of. Because the truth is, they are creepy. And the truth is, they are more than likely, you're lucky. You're lucky you're safe and you're here getting to hear my wonderful comedy. But the truth is, most of the time, men are just fucking creepy. Women are creepy too. You know, it happens either way. I've gotten butthole pictures from both genders. All genders, actually. I've seen a lot of buttholes in my life. A lot of them against my will. But here's the thing I always say. If somebody's being weird with you, amp up the weirdness, because you can scare the shit out of anybody who's being weird with you by just being 10 times weirder than them. If somebody flashes me, I'm going to say, shake that thing, baby, and just get really weird with them, maybe flash them back, you know? That's always been my theory. I think that's what they want. I don't know how flashers work, you guys. I'm a doctor. Anyways, you guys have been wonderful. I want to give it up for yourselves. I want you guys to give it up for Stab. I want you guys to give it up for me and my guest tonight. Get real loud. Thank you guys, and good night.
We do love you, Dr. Buddy Love. That is it for Dr. Buddy Love, but we're not done for the evening. We've got another show. John Morris Ross IV will be giving you what John Morris Ross IV does. So if you want to stick around, please do. If you've already paid for this show, you know what? John's giving away tickets for the next one. So just stick around. If you're at home, thanks for hanging out with us. If you're done with us for the night, check out stabcomedytheater.com for our full calendar of events. We're live in person Thursdays through Sundays, and we stream everything we do 6 nights a week. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I'll see you up at the bar if you're going to extend your evening.